So here's the thing. Today we are going to review a book called I Am Rebel. And interestingly, there's a picture of a dog with a red scarf. Very interesting cover. And it is written by Ross Montgomery. So I think he's the first international author whose book we are going to review, isn't it?
Is it? Yeah.
I think we have not reviewed any international author.
So we have
yet.
only reviewed indie authors so far.
Yeah. Okay, and this is published by Walker Books. Walker Books UK? Yeah?
Yeah. So this was published last year. It's a very recent book.
Okay. So how did you got your hand on this book? First question.
So I was visiting Waterstones with my daughter, and we bought few books for her. And the staff there, she recommended, why don't you take this book next time? I said, fine. Why next time? Let us take it now.
Okay.
So I'm trying to.
So I'm assuming you had a lot of money in your pocket. How much is this book?
I think 8-9 pounds.
It's £8. Yeah, 7.99. Sorry.
So basically, I think the main thing is I'm trying to inculcate the habit of reading in my daughter. So I read with her, whatever time we can get. So this is the book which we read together.
Okay,
Like she read it first, and then I read it.
So it's a father-daughter book. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
by that definition, I assume this is a children's book. Or
It is a children's book, yes.
Okay, but you as an adult, did you enjoy it?
So as an adult, I loved it.
Okay.
I mean, we'll go through the details, but I loved the book. It's really, really good. First, if you look at the cover,
Yeah, let's talk about the cover. Yeah.
you see a dog with a red scarf.
Yes.
So that red scarf is the rebel flag or rebel color, red color. It's a fantasy kingdom where there's a king, evil king, who has put taxes, double taxes, triple taxes, and people are rebelling against the king.
Okay.
So it's a story about that. If you look at the back, I think you can see the war scene.
Okay, yes. There are, I think there's a set of soldiers with some flags
Yeah.
over a mountain top. There's a fire with smoke. And yes, we can see, this reddish sky. I think it represents some kind of a,
War.
war or a rebel in the air.
Yeah.
Skies are generally blue, but
Blue.
yeah, this is reddish, so it is symbolizing something. Yeah. Yeah. It's quite a nice picture of the dog, whoever. I don't know the breed of the dog.
I don't know the
but
breed
yeah,
either.
yeah.
It's a small dog.
And I can see there are two comments on it. One is an instant classic and the best of dogs. So have you read anything or seen anything about dogs, any movie or any other book before this?
I think I've read this Marley and Me
Okay.
long back.
There's a movie also on that.
There's a movie as well. So I later on watched movie as well. First thing which you'll notice is, or first thing the book is about, it's from a point of view of a dog.
Okay.
So the dog is talking,
So
not
it's a
to
first
humans.
person. It's a first person narrative of a dog.
Yeah. So so the dog is not talking to humans. So human can't understand dog language because it's a dog. But then he goes and talks with other dogs, other animals, and that's how the communication is. So the rebel, they take his master away.
Okay, there's a master of this dog and who's taken away.
Yeah, so the
By
master,
the
so the dog
circumstances.
thinks that he's a friend. So
Okay.
dog says that his master Tom cannot live without him, cannot survive without him. So he thinks him as a friend, and all the animals around him, they keep on reminding him that he's not a friend, he's your master, he's your owner. But he's in so much love with Tom that he does not think that way. He thinks that he's his friend and he has to save. So Tom joins this rebel movement and he goes away for the war.
Okay, basically Tom and this dog. What is the name of the dog?
Rebel.
So Tom and the dog are separated.
Separated.
And now dog is...
So dog
trying to
follows.
find.
Yeah, the dog follows the chain of thread of wherever Tom went, and throughout the book he sort of follows, and towards the end he meets.
Okay.
So that's
It's a journey of a dog, yeah?
It's a journey of a dog. Yeah, it's a journey of a dog. It's really, really nice. I mean, from the starting itself, when you see how dog perceive emotions around humans. So like, for example, if Tom is sleeping, then he'll say, this is the best thing.
Okay.
Then he'll go and eat the snack or the bones. Then he'll say that's the best thing. Then he'll go and run around and for the sheeps and also he'll say that's the best thing. Then he'll say no. Now the best thing is that when Tom draws and I run around him, that's the best thing.
So basically, just like a little child,
That's like a
they,
little child.
they find wonder in every small thing they discover.
Absolutely.
So,
I mean, and then when he goes back to sleep in the night, he says, now this is the best thing.
okay.
So like, I mean, it just puts smile on your face.
That
the
should be an
way
ideal
it-
life. Whatever you do, you like it, and you think that is the
Exactly.
best. Okay.
I think very importantly, and towards the end we will cover it. But the dog is able to find happiness in small things.
Okay.
I think that message is portrayed very, very well in the first chapter.
Okay. So as I said, that this is the first international book that we are covering. So is it worth we talk about the editing part and the language part, or do you think that that is already in the international standards?
No, yeah, I think we should definitely talk about it because there's a huge difference how indie authors write, and the quality of this book is way different.
Yeah.
I mean, even though it's a children's book, an adult would read and he would relate to the emotions, relate to the show and tell, relate to grammar, editing, language. So it's not like, oh, it's for children books, so only children can read it.
So that reminds me. I think then when you talked about the content, there's one very unique thing which I found in this book. So dog, if he has to trail something, they will sniff. They'll look for the smell.
Correct.
Now in this book, very cleverly, the author has described smell. Okay, so and you can relate with it. So for example, is it smelling like a potato? Is it smelling like a pea, or is it smelling like a mud? Yeah, so you can actually basically make out what the dog is thinking and what he's perceiving.
Yeah.
So generally we say that dog is smelling something. What is smelling we don't think, but at many places. So he's smelling like my father, he's smelling like Tom's mother, he's smelling like flour, or those things comes out very very genuine.
It's a distinctive thing.
Yeah, as a human, you can actually imagine what the dog is going through, and that's a very unique thing about this.
Correct.
Yeah.
So one more thing about this book is it actually touches on life after death.
Okay.
So in the chapter called The Path, it basically the dog is in a near death experience and he travels to the other world. He sees that the life is without pain, without physical pain, without fear. And then he sees all his moments when Tom first rescued him, or how he plays with the Tom, how he met Jackson and all the other animals, and then how he has a choice now whether he want to go forward. He saw his mother as well, so he has a choice now whether he can go forward in this peace environment, his tranquil environment, or he can go back to his quest, which is finding Tom. One more thing is, like every other page, like whatever he thinks, he feels, it's all about Tom. Like Tom, I love Tom loves me, I'm his friend, I have to save him. So he actually goes from that experience back to the real world just to save Tom.
Okay, so he's very attached to his master Tom.
He's very attached to his friend Tom.
Okay, yeah.
No, but what I was trying to tell you was the whole afterlife experience, which was very good, and probably this is the one place which I did not like the book.
Okay.
About something about the book, which was the author used they them pronoun to describe the spirit dog.
The spirit of the dog.
And it is absolutely ridiculous.
Okay.
I mean, why would... So he's a male dog, right? He's a male dog. He can be used for a male dog, I don't know, it or he can be used. So why is the spirit they or them? Like, why to assign an unnecessary pronoun? So this woke culture, right? This woke culture of unnecessary pronouns. So now today, if you want to identify as a cat, you can identify as a cat.
Okay.
Like, I don't have he or she pronoun, my gender is cat. I don't know. I mean, that's completely... And the problem with these kind of narratives is they go into children's book, they go into Disney movies. Now right now the situation is that I don't let my child see a Disney movie before I see them.
Okay.
Because every movie has this gay, lesbian, and pronouns and all. I mean, recently we watched one movie in Disney or something. It just bullshit.
Okay.
So unfortunately, when I read that, I literally threw the book away.
Oh my God.
Because this.
It was not damaged. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not damaged because I threw it gently.
Yeah.
But this is really, really sad here. I don't know why these authors have to put this woke culture into these children book. But anyway, after I passed that particular hurdle, I started enjoying the book again. Let me read you a few things which are really, really good. So let me start here. So this is, so we'll go maybe backwards. So let me find this. Yeah. So here, he's gone to, he's going back home. So he says, I sit at the back of the wagon with a glow in my chest, watching it all unfold before me. The whole town is filled with thousands of small nothings like that.
Nothings
like that. So basically, the one of the theme is no thing is small or big. Like even you can find happiness in smaller things. So he's saying the whole town is filled with small nothings like that. The moment that Ryder spoke about, the tiny joys that people fight for and make it all worth living, when you see these many together all at once, you understand how big small nothings can be.
How big small nothings.
How small, and the reference he's giving to a Ryder's. So basically, Tom, he says that I've seen the war. There's nothing in the farm for me now. I've seen the world. I am meant to do bigger things now. So Ryder is explaining him that living in a farm, living with parents, doing day-to-day activities is also a big thing. Okay. It's not like nothing. So here Ryder says, when Tom complains, that doesn't sound like nothing to me, boy. You'd be back with your family, doing something you're good at, in a place that you love. People build their life around things like that. It's what get them up in the morning and send them to the sleep each night. It's what brought all these thousands of people here to fight. They didn't want to change the world. They were fighting for their homes, their families, and their friends, and the small nothings that make their day worthwhile. So basically it says that when people say, right, in life that, oh, I want to achieve this something really, really big, really important, then only it'll be worthwhile for me. What he's saying is staying with your family, caring for your family, doing day-to-day activities is also worthwhile. So I've read these two. Let me remove them.
Yeah.
So that you can read the others.
Which I really liked. So here he is talking about the war, and he is comparing with a storm cloud. He says, war is like a storm cloud. It doesn't choose what it rains on. It pours down on the good and the bad alike. So that means that the calamities of life and the natural things, they really do not distinguish. They do not differentiate.
I think this is when he had already met the mouse, and the mouse is separated from the family.
Yeah.
And it says that it doesn't differentiate between who it's going to affect.
Yeah, that reminds me actually. In this book, it's a dog's journey. He goes out and he meets many characters. One of them is a mouse. One of them is a dog. It's another dog. Then there's a pig. There's a hare. There's a donkey.
Yeah.
And each of these characters, which I felt, and you can just say that if you felt the same, each of those characters represent something. For example, when this dog meets a small mouse, it's a timid mouse, and he's also kind of lost, and he's trying to find things. So I think
find his wife.
Yeah, for his wife, and I think the dog feels that if a timid mouse like this can show this much courage, that is something that I can also do. So he gets inspiration. He gets inspired by it.
Yeah.
And I think same happens with him when he meets the pig. So what is your analogy? Does it do
No, that's absolutely right point there. So he meets Jackson, who becomes his companion.
Yeah.
He meets Rollo, the greedy dog. Who wants to. So when a war is happening, you see these people who take advantage and greed,
Opportunists.
opportunities.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, exactly. So people take advantage of the situation. So that's represented by Rollo. Then people who are innocent but they are being dragged into the war, donkey.
Yeah.
And pig is sort of thinking about himself but also helping others.
So there are different characters.
Different
which we see.
characters. Rollo, the greedy one, I think we talked about it. And so when you read international authors, this is very important which I realize, that even though the character looks simple, it all plays an important role in the overarching story. And when someone wants to sort of read into too much without the story, sort of understand what he's saying, what he's trying to say, because even though it's a story of a dog finding his owner or friend, but it's about war, about freedom, about liberty, about taxation, about uprising. So it's about
metaphorical.
It's about that as well. And then when you see these characters playing right into the galleries of the story, it's really, really wonderful. I mean, I really like the book. Without going into too much detail, I think the part of Paul and the grandpa is a little bit sad, because then they're just left a little bit lonely until Jackson finds them in the end. So we just have to see.
Okay, that reminds me. There's a particular section which I really like. But I'm not just running for him now. I'm running for Jackson. I'm running for Pearl. I'm running for Felix. I'm running for all the animals that I have met along the way. That means he's really attached, and not just attached. He has felt some kind of a
well, he found a larger purpose.
Yeah.
So it's not only him meeting Tom. It's about Jackson helping him. Pearl is a donkey, I think.
Yeah.
And that Frederick is a mouse.
Felix
is a mouse, I think. Yeah.
Okay, and overall, when I started describing this book, I said this is a father-daughter book. How would you describe it?
No, I think it's a really, really good book. I think it's a really good book.
You recommend it for all children and their parents? Parents who
everyone should read this book. It's highly recommended. It's not only, so you can like the story. You can like how it is written. You can laugh with the characters, cry with the characters, feel nervous with the characters when they are in the waterfall falling. And the more important thing is it leaves you with a very good taste. Like the story, the rebel, the fighting. And it says that it's not end. The fighting is not end. The king has fled, so they have to capture it. So a lot of work is there. And when he goes back to the farm, he also has a lot of work. So he's saying, you are a very good artist. Why don't you do something in the artist if you don't want to do something in farm? And then I think it's about acceptance also, because Tom says that this is my perfect world. Then my perfect world would change. So I don't know. I just need Tom. But then he met so many animals. His sort of horizon widened. Like he's not thinking. The line which you read is very important, because he's not thinking about himself now. He's thinking about others as well.
Yeah.
And then towards the end, when Tom says that there's nothing for me in the farm, Rebel is shocked. Like, why? How can he say that? But then he accepts that, because it'll be something new. It'll be a new adventure. It'll be a new way of living. But as long as he's with Tom, it's absolutely fine.
Yeah. So I think in this story, first time when he comes out of the farm, he goes and sees the town, and he meets the character.
Yeah.
So that, I think, inspires people that a journey is what makes you what you are. If you just are confined within your safety of your walls of your home, or let's say your perception also, the day you cross it and you complete a journey, you becomes a man or a human.
I mean, it's a very easy book. Like the language is very, very easy. I mean, I think I finished this book in probably 2.5 hours, 3 hours maximum. My daughter finished this in 4 hours, so maximum. So the very, very easy flow. The emotions are right thing at the right place. When he sort of runs in the battlefield and motivates all the other rebels towards the end. I mean, everything is just beautiful.
So I think your daughter must...
She really liked this.
Really liked it, okay. Yeah. So I think it's highly recommended.
Highly recommended.
Yeah.
So we highly recommend this book.
And is it available in India? I believe so.
Probably.
Probably. Yeah.